Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, this is Twigs T4 and today we are going to be continuing with the T4 restoration project. Currently the T4 is in the paint booth at the moment and we will be getting to that very shortly. So far today I have been doing some prep on the interior, so all the rear cargo floor. We've just been prepping that, getting that ready so we can get some, start getting the inside done as well. So yeah, we're going to get some paint down on that floor. The cargo floor is going to be Raptor, so we can get that done in a bit. But for the time being, while Craig is getting set up for all of that, I'm going to start stripping this rear door down. Most of it has been stripped down on this barn door. I'm going to take off the transporter badge. I have actually taken some measurements, which is actually 25 millimeters from the bottom to this little rolled edge here, this little fold. And then we've got a 12 centimetre gap from here to here. I like to take measurements so that I know that when everything goes back, I'm putting it back in the same place that it came off with. So I'm going to get that sticker off. I've got a little mechanism at the bottom here, I've got a latch that needs to be taken off. I'm going to get all of this window sealer off. We're also going to cover a little bit of what I do for not rust prevention, but this is more rust treatment. I can see there is a little bit of rust on the inner lip as well. We've got a little bit of rust on the bottom edge in the corner. Tiny little bit on that bottom edge. A little bit around where the screws go for the number plate lights. We can get them all cleaned up. And we'll go through the product that I use. And yeah. So once we've water wheeled it, do a wipe off, we're going to go around with this stuff. Rust off a V. Just a rust remover. And it's quite good. It's basically the same chemical as what's used in dip tanks. Yeah, just basically put it on, leave it for an hour or so, and then wash it off with soapy water. There's lots of products like it. I know there's a lot of people that will say, you know, you shouldn't use these products, it's counterproductive when you've got to wash it off and you're getting the product wet, you're getting the material wet and it's not good for the material. But I've used it for years now, this stuff, doing small repairs like this, and none of the rust patches have ever come back. And I guess it's because I actually eliminate the rust, not just hide it and cover it up. Or, you know, there is a lot of products out there that are really good for just killing the rust and stopping it from being active, but it's only stops it from being active on the surface, and then underneath it will continue to eat, but it will eat away, but at a slower rate. This kind of stuff actually kills all the rust. We can wash it away and then we can wire wheel it again and then repeat the process, and we keep repeating this process until it's back to shiny metal. And that's what we're going to do. So rather than me keep waffling, we'll go through each stage as and when. Happy days. There we go. That floor is all in primer. That cargo floor, look at all that hard work, all the welding, all of that prep I spent today. And I'll tell you something about prep that really annoyed me. I know Craig did say quite a few times, oh, just do this, do that. And I, being me, just completely ignored him and just carried on doing it my way. So I was doing all of this, as you saw, by hand. Craig comes along, gets a DA out, smashes it out in no time at all. You know, that's what you get when you get a pro. Well, I say he'd smash it out in no time at all. I mean, he done all of this in about half the time it took me to do all of that. And all of that over there took me, I think, probably 4 or 5 hours just to do that section by the sliding step and across. 4 or 5 hours, maybe? I don't know. Too long. Too long. Because I was worried that you're going to see every imperfection, but now looking at it, it actually looks really good, and you can't see any of the imperfections. And I'm trying to look now to see where I've welded, and it's actually really hard to see. I can't remember what I've welded now. Well, I know there's a weld up the front here because we haven't got the seam sealer on. Craig might have put primer on first and then seam sealer it afterwards. But all this here was welded, all this section. We've got welds in along there. There's some welding around. There's loads of patches of welding we done. All gone. Lovely. Right, anyway, let's go and wash all of this stuff off. Yeah, it's starting to react, but we'll get all that washed off and go again while we wheel it. We'll keep going until that blackness has gone and it's all shiny metal. And that's how we know we've got rid of the rust, and that's what we're doing. Right, so we've left it for quite a while now. There's a little bit of washing up liquid and some water on there, hot water. Just going to wipe it off, and then we're going to wire wheel it, and then go again. And we just keep doing that until that is shiny metal. And in places, it's already starting to go shiny. But you know, that's the thing. You never know how bad the bubbling is, because sometimes you can get really bad bubbling, and then when you take it all off, it's not actually that bad. And then in some cases like this, it wasn't that bad, yet we have a hole. Yeah, so you can see that has actually now developed into a little hole. So a lovely blob of weld in there at a real high temperature, and that will also burn all the rust out. So I'll get that welded up, and then we'll put another layer of rust treatment on, and we'll keep going. Because you'll be surprised how much of this will burn off from welding it. Right, so just quickly, you can see that hole, very tiny, but we're going to weld it up, and then with plenty of heat, it should burn all that rust off around it. And then obviously welding it, all the rust that's on the underside that I can't get to, it should all burn off, and that should be fine. And then we can file it down. But while we're waiting, file it, grind it, whatever. We'll have a look in the booth, and there is a Raptor going down to the floor. Happy days. So we'll check that out in a minute. And it is tinted Raptor as well. Colour code is R902, which is the colour code for the van as well. Lovely. Right, let's crack on. Right, well there it is. Welded up quickly, roughly. Get you off the stand. There you go, plenty of heat on it, filled it up, and then we can grind it flush. Camera's not focusing very well. Yeah, but that's actually got rid of all of the metal there as well. Yeah, I have literally just welded it, yes. And it is hot, and yes, I know I should have gloves on, but whatever, innit? Okay, so I'm going to grind that down, give it another rust treatment, and it should be good to go. Yeah. Good times. And if you're curious of what I'm using 0.6 wire, not that anyone cares. Wonder how he's getting on. Ooh. we've got the half done. I think by the looks of it, that is the first bottle of Raptor. Right, although I need to grind this down, I can't currently do it at the moment because, as you can see, we have freshly painted vehicles here in the workshop, and I don't want to be doing any welding, or, well, not welding, I don't really want to be grinding back my welds while we've got these other vehicles in here at the moment, so I'm going to have to wait for that. But now that's basically the rust treatment process and a little bit of welding. I guess now we just need to prep the rest of the door. So it is another late evening here at Dream Day Campers, and I say it's a late evening. It's not as late as it was last week when we stayed on. So for everyone that follows me on Instagram, you'll see that Craig and myself were sat out there having a lovely Chinese while we were waiting for this to dry. But Craig is still busy. He's still cracking on. He's outside. He's out there prepping all the doors. He's doing really well, working really hard for me. Bless him, he's doing a really good job. But we've got the Raptor down, the cargo floor. Look at that. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. This is looking so good. It's just, I'm actually starting to picture it now. I can see this in paint, all sorted out, all tidied up. And you know, I'm so impressed with the cargo floor and how I can just see how it's going to turn out. I know it's going to be good, and I just can't wait. Can't wait. Right, so Craig's just having a quick blow off and a quick clean up, and we're going to call it a day, I think, for today. But yes, thank you very much, Dream Day Campers, for allowing me to use your unit and paint booth for me to get this vehicle done and sorted. And it's brings me on to the next thing. We need to think about what we're going to do when it comes to when it's all complete, whether we sell it or not. And I'm still in two minds about it. Right, anyway, I've got to go. I can see the lens is dirty, everything's dirty, all covered in dust. I do apologise for that, but I don't apologise for the progress and the work we have got done. So we are smashing it out, and we are really doing really well. And don't forget, at the end of this build, we will go through and we will do a complete breakdown of costs. Well, not even a breakdown, we can just do a total figure of how much it's cost. We'll also work out the hours that I've spent on there. Well, I went off on a tangent then, and you didn't miss a great deal because the actual camera cut out recording. I have no idea why, and it's now that I only realised maybe a couple of hours later that we didn't get the whole clip, which is really annoying and very frustrating. But long story short, the van is getting there. Progress is going really well. Really appreciate your comments and your support. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, Raptor, cargo floor, lovely. Primer on the outside. Craig and myself have been prepping the doors. Well, let's say Craig myself. Craig has been absolutely smashing it out, proper sweating one out. Fair play to him. So yeah, sound. Thank you very much. And I will see you hopefully next week. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.